107 1035 WICY, your feel-good favorites from the 80s and more. I'm John Kazar, and as we always get an update out of Alice Hyde Wednesdays at 9:40, we are joined by Jennifer Shull. She's a nurse practitioner there, right? Pediatric nurse practitioner.
Yes.
Yes. What do you do there?
Oh, I get to take care of kids all the way up to about 22.
Okay. Thank you. Just a little layout so people can get an idea from where you're coming from. But of course, working at the hospital, there's other things on your mind at all times, but you got to stick, with the job, most of it. And today we're going to talk about poison awareness, and it does have to do with children and frequent trips, surprisingly, to emergency rooms because of accidental poisoning. So we'll let you go ahead from here, Jen.
Yeah, and, this COVID pandemic, once again, people are at home more, they're, not getting out and about. So poison control centers all across the country have been getting more accidental poisoning calls. So the big thing I like to focus on is not just your cleaners and chemicals, it's also your medications, and that's both prescription and over-the-counter. So we really need to be mindful of how we, what are we doing with these meds, and what are we doing with all of these other substances?
So we're going to kind of look at 3 Ps today. We got prepare, prevent, and protect. And the first one is prepare, Jen.
Yes. So the big things I tell parents is prepare. Know that you have resources close at hand. So getting that poison control help number, which is 1-800-222-1222. So pretty easy to remember, but, have it on the fridge, have it in your cell phone. Make sure if you have other caregivers coming into the house, they know where that phone is, because that expert medical advice is available 24/7 for all concerns related to substances, poisons.
Right. And now we have prevent, which may seem simple, but there's a little more to it.
There is prevention. So it's not just keeping your things out of sight and up high. That sounds great, but 7 out of 10 people actually admit they store medications within sight of their child. So with everything going on with our daily lives, convenience usually comes before, being preventative and being cautious. But it's really important to have a safety checklist. And Alice Hyde, we just recently posted a blog that does give you guys that poison safety checklist to have, that you can go room to room at your house and identify where, there's potentially poisonous items.
Yeah. So we got preparation, we got prevention, and now protection.
Protection can be really hard with kids. We have all had that moment when they're doing something for the first time and they surprise us, whether that means all of a sudden they're able to reach just a little bit higher, or they are getting around those child-resistant containers a lot faster than we had planned. So big things for protection is make sure you're using child-resistant packaging and cabinet latches. Remember, nothing is child-proof. Again, keep medications out of sight and out of reach, even the things you do take every day. Store your medications, household products in the original containers, because this will help you if you do have to call that poison control number. Teach children that they should check with you before they're eating or drinking something that's new that you didn't offer or provide to them. And as your child gets bigger and they're learning, because they're very smart, make sure you're continuing to assess how to keep them safe and keep those substances away from them.
Sure. It's a pediatric nurse practitioner at Alice Hyde Medical Center, Jennifer Shull, with us. And Jen, we always appreciate you coming in. Loads of information, but you lay it out nicely that all of us can absorb it. So we do appreciate it.
Not a problem. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Hope to talk to you in a few weeks again. Okay, Jen?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. We are inside the community with those from Alice Hyde. It's an update out of the medical center locally on 1027 1035 WICY.